Hi, it's Local Dragon Lady here, and it's time for another video on Yu-Gi-Oh! Historica. So, I have done a video before about the tournament packs. If you want to check that out, go to the link in the description below. But I figure I would talk about Season 3 more specifically and show you all the cards that came from it. Now, the cards, they're not mine. They actually belong to a friend. So that's how I've been able to do this video. So Tournament Pack Season 3, the highlight card of this one was the Needleworm, and if memory serves correct, that is the first printing of that card. So it was highly sought after, and of course, due to the limited list we had at the time, it was set to 1 per deck. So let's go through the whole list of Tournament Pack Season 3. So the first card, Needleworm. Isn't he nice? First printing in the English language. Discard 5 cards from the top of your opponent's deck to his or her graveyard. So you gotta love the old upper deck wording of these cards. Today it would just say from the deck. But no, upper deck will say his or her in these cards. So yes, Needleworm. A lot of people wanted this card. Mill decks, you could kind of do them back then, but the reason why this card was so devastating and why you're only allowed to have one is because if you were able to send the right card from deck to graveyard, it could be devastating. You know, only allow one Monster Reborn, and Monster Reborn was sent to the grave. That's it. They didn't have access to it unless you use a Magician of Faith, but if that card went to the grave as well, you couldn't do any recovery. So yeah. This one's pretty funny. Anti-Raigeki. So yeah, if your opponent activates Raigeki, all your opponent's monsters are destroyed instead of your own. Now, I don't think anyone played this card. Most people thought it was pretty funny. At least I never saw it played. But yeah, I mean, it's a neat counter trap. You know, activate Raigeki. It's a staple that every deck had. But yeah, the odds of you having this set when they used it was, yeah, some to none. Mechanical Chaser. This was an ultra rare in the first season. It was a really huge deal, and it was kind of still a huge deal back then during Season 3 because it's a level 4 monster and it had 1850 attack. I cannot stand the attack power with 50 in it because I do no math much. But the highest you could get at the time was 1800. So even if it was only 50 points over, if someone on their first turn lay down a Legion Genie of the Mystical Lamp, get this guy on your first turn and you at least, you know, attack over it. So he was really important at the time. Beast Skull Dragon. I can't think of anyone who actually used this. Get the fusion cards to get him out. It was mostly a fan card, if anything, but he had 3200 attacks. So if someone had to blow his white dragon out, which was kind of a win condition many years ago, if you had your polymerization, get this guy out and you can beat over it. So he's a vanilla fusion monster. So, but again, high beaters was the name of the game back then. Horn of Heaven. So yes, this would have been a reprint. Super. I don't think many people really use this. People were mainly after some of these cards because of the anime. We all know that Yugi used this in the show, so it's like, hey, it's a card from the show, I recognize it, so let's go for the Horn of Heaven. Now let's go with the rest of these here. So we have Axe Raider. This is a rare. As I mentioned in the previous video of Yu-Gi-Oh! Historica, in the tournament packs you were not guaranteed a rare like you were with a regular booster. So even getting a rare like this was considered quite special. The Quagar Hercules fusion, 1900. But look at those levels. So I don't know if fusions were rarely used back then anyway. They were, because you had to have the polymerization and the card you needed in your hand. So either to build around it or you just had to get real lucky. Patrol Robo. He's pretty cool. During your standby phase, you can look at one face down card that's been set by your opponent as long as this card remains face up in the field. So no one used it, but I guess it's kind of neat because it really was face, you know, set one face down pass kind of thing. So if you wanted to look at your opponent's face down monster, and most of the time it's a flip effect, At least you would know, okay, I probably would not attack into that monster. White hole. I make fun of this one a lot for immature reasons. It's a white hole. Same thing as the anti-Raigeki. So when your opponent plays Dark Hole, monsters your side of the field are not destroyed. So, but again, no one really, people were kind of excited about this card, but no one really used it, like the, just like the anti-Raigeki. But I mean, if you happen to have it in the right circumstance, it would have been pretty funny. I mean, Dark Hole right now is unlimited, so for a real janky deck idea, this would actually be pretty funny. The Dragon Capture Jar. Gee, I never heard of this before. Yeah, the first printing was in the starter decks. But as a common, I guess it's pretty nifty. Dragons were still pretty prevalent back then. The main one, blue eyes white dragon. So if you had to, playing against someone like me that had their blue eyes or tyrant dragons out, and sometimes trihorn dragons, this card, yeah, would sometimes ruin me. They had high defense. I remember when we started playing at the locals when they began, one of my friends, I was the reason that she had a side deck, so this was included, and it actually began to catch on. Goblin Secret Remedy. It's nice. Increases a selected player's life points by 600, so it didn't have to be you. If you were playing while it was available for the bad reaction to Samochi, you could play Goblin Secret Remedy, and someone did do that, and they just picked their opponent to give the life points to, and they would take damage. Final Flame. Yeah, it was a staple for burn decks back then. Inflict 600 life points of direct damage to your opponent's life points. This is what I mean by the wording, right? This is what I mean by the wording. It's not like that now. Inflict 600 of direct damage to your opponent's life points. It's direct. Spirit of the Harp. Now I have this one. I'm not for season 2, but it was a rare. They decided to do a reprint as a common. I'm not exactly sure why. Oh wait, I'm sorry. It has 2,000 defense. Never mind. Okay, that's actually pretty good. A level 4 monster set a face down for defense. So if someone were to summon a mechanical chaser and attack into this, thinking they'll kill it, no, they won't. So okay, I understand why this was reprinted. Pot of Greed. Yeah, it was legal back then. The primary Pot of Greed people had was from the LOB, but having it reprinted as a common, it was still really good. If people missed out on the LOB set, they had a second chance. Although it was a little uncommon at my locals because the only way to get these boosters is either as a door prize or you had to win in the top 3. So yeah, first place had 3 packs, second place had 2, third place had 1. Carbolona Warrior. Yeah, you needed a M Warrior plus M Warrior. You just needed 2 of them, so I guess you take 2 weaker monsters and make them into a whopping 1,500 attacker. Yay. I'm guessing like they were just, I think they had a quota of how many fusion monsters per set. I just stick one in there. I don't know. 2 M Warriors. Just make it happen. The Dark Fire Dragon. Some people want this for some reason. I'm guessing I'm missing something. Instant fusion is a thing. He's a level 4 dragon, dark. By itself, 1,500 is not all that impressive. But combo decks being the way they are, you'd be surprised. Elegant Egotist. This is still kind of relevant. I mean, I do know of one Harpy duelist. He knows who he is. I think I saw him use this one time at our locals, at our casual day. Yeah, when there are 1 or more Harpy Lady cards on the field, you can special summon 1 Harpy Lady or Harpy Lady Sisters, I can't speak today, card from your hand or deck. So yes, this is definitely a staple. And of course people were excited over this because Mai used it in the anime. Dark Elf. Yeah, we already know about the other one, High Defense. It's basically the opposite. This card requires a cost of 1,000 of your own life points to attack. Oh man. Yeah. Just reading these old like the old descriptions of flavor text is just amazing. So yeah, this one has 2,000 attack, 800 defense, and I see why they would do that, because the highest vanilla was up to Gemini Elf of 1900 attack for a level 4. So if you wanted to get something that had 2,000 attack for a level 4, it had to cost you something. Some people did play this, not very many, because your life points, I mean today life points is basically a currency. As we all know with the solemn cards. But back then people were a little less reluctant to use their life points to win a duel. Little Chimera or Chimera, however you want to pronounce it. Fire level 2, 600 attack. As long as this card remains face up in the field, increase the attack of all fire monsters by 500 points, and decrease the attack of all water monsters by 400 points. I find that a little weird because, I mean, yeah, it's a fire attribute, but it's just a kitty cat. Like, you'd think it would be like I don't know, like at least some fire in the picture. And last but not least, the Blade Fly. I think, yeah, it's the same thing as like a little Chimera. As long as this card is face up on the field, increase the attack of all wind monsters by 500 points and decrease the attack of all earth monsters by 400 points. So, yes, some people would do that. If they played like themed decks, you know, if you play something nothing but wind or fire, you can get these guys out. So yes, so that is the entire collection of the Tournament Pack Season 3. What do you think? I don't think I'll be able to do any more of these because, again, like my friend, this is the first, I think this is the only complete set of tournament cards that he has. So I don't think I'll be doing any more of these complete seasons, but I still have a few interesting things that I can rummage about of, you know, with my old collection. So as always, leave a comment in the comment section below on what you think, and remember to be a good sport. Play the game, not the fame. Bye!
Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, subscribe and click on the little bell for notifications. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, or join my Discord. I also play online on Duel Links, YuGiOh Pro, and Dueling Nexus. Links and user information are in the description below. Keep dueling and have fun!